we're live, and I transitioned over to showing you in big on the Zoom call. And hi, Beatrice. Good to have you
Hi.
back. So, I just realized the last time when we were streaming, we were less of a pros than we are right now. So I even forgot to ask you to introduce yourself. So how about we do that today?
Sure. Hi everyone. My name is Beatrice, and I'm one of the founders of imagiLabs. Uh, and I work mostly on the technology side of things. So, over the past few months, my main responsibility was overseeing the development and the manufacturing of imagiCharm. Dory, do you have an imagiCharm? I don't have an
Yes,
imagiCharm.
of course
I
I
don't have
do. I'm really prepared.
it.
I have two of them fully charged here.
Great.
You'll be proud of me. So, yep, they're right
Awesome.
here.
Then
Can switch
you
it
will have
on.
to be showing them because I forgot mine. It's on the other table. Okay. So I work a lot with the Imagicharm, but then I also do a lot of other things from live streaming to app development or content development and helping
Okay,
out in different areas.
nice. So, what is the project that we're going to be talking about today?
So we're talking about Wash Your Hands project, the
Exactly.
one that we started talking about last time, but
Mm-hmm.
it's too long and I got too excited, so we're doing a part two.
Which is actually part three because last time technology also left us hanging. And what was the inspiration behind this project?
Well, obviously it has to do with the current situation with coronavirus, and I think it was just an attempt to remind everyone that there are little things that we can all do to help spread,
An
not help
attempt to
spread,
remind
help
everyone
stop
that
spreading
there.
the virus. So like washing hands and staying at home and social distancing.
Awesome. Okay, so let's get right to your code. How about that?
Yep,
Um,
sounds good. So
Great.
I will be sharing my screen. And let's see. There we go. Can
Mm-hmm.
you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Perfect. Okay, so let me just very quickly show what we were doing last time. So we had this animation. I have the code up here. And so if I preview it in the app, just as a quick reminder, so we had a lot of different things going on here in different shapes. And it was
Mm-hmm.
this last part where the hand is washing that we didn't cover in detail. So that's the one that we're going to focus on. So for
Exactly.
that, I made a shorter version of the project, which is actually just that last bit. So if I preview this one now, oh, that's probably I didn't save it. Okay, never mind. It's the same project, but it's okay. We can skip this first part, which had the definitions of these shapes that we talked about last time. The
Mm-hmm.
drop, the soap, the faucet is here, then the water.
Mm-hmm.
That was taking two arguments, a color and also the length of the water that's falling out of the
Mm-hmm.
faucet. And then we were down here at the side hand function. That's the one we didn't discuss last
Okay.
time.
And I also have your
So
project ready, don't worry. So I'm ready to
perfect,
follow
perfect.
along.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, so if let's just take a look again at the preview. So
Mm-hmm.
if I bring it up. And what I want to ask you is to tell me, what do you think? So, what are some things that you're noticing in this part of the animation? What are some actions, or what exactly is animated in that last part?
Right. So I think you're trying to really thoroughly show how you are supposed to like move your hand as you're washing it. I see a finger lifting up and then you put it under, I guess, the water. So you're bringing one hand over the other probably, and then you're putting the soap in between, sort of. So I think there's like lifting and then there's moving back and forth,
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
putting the
you
soap
have to
there.
be. I think you have to be a bit creative to see all of that happening there, just with like an 8 by 8 grid. But great job.
Thank you.
So yeah, so you pointed out two things for the hand. So it's shifting left to right, and then there's some movement that has to do with the finger.
Mm-hmm.
And then also there are these soap bubbles that are showing that there's some correct washing going on.
Right.
So then if we
So
look at
everything
the
is here.
side hand function,
Mm-hmm.
so again, I'm using the same kind of logic that I use for other functions, where I have two lists x and y for the indices of the shape of the hand,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have a for loop where I'm looping over the values in these
Mm-hmm.
lists, and then assigning the color C, which is the first argument of this function, to the pixels in those locations. But you will notice that here in the column index, I have y of I plus s. So this s is actually the second argument that is has a default value of 0. But if we
Mm-hmm.
change this value, then that means that the column can shift either
Right.
to the left if s is negative, or to the right if s is positive.
Right. And we're line
So
47, just to be clear. Okay.
exactly, yes. So maybe I should tap there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if you see my cursor now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So then, which of these actions from the animation do you think this is controlling?
Right. So you said it's changing the Y value, right? So then it will be sort of like lifting that hand up. Wait. Yeah, exactly. Wait,
Is
Y
it
is
lifting?
row and column. So Y is the column. So then, actually, no, then it's moving in front and back. That's why.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
left and right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, exactly. And then if we look at the arguments of this function, so we covered C, which is the color, then we covered S, and I think I used S because I meant it's like shifting, so it's
Uh-huh.
a
So it's
a
actually
shift.
giving away sort of what it's doing. Mm-hmm.
Supposed to, if you speak the cryptic language of Python. It's not cryptic at all. And then F is the argument that we haven't talked about. So what do you think this one does?
Okay,
If you look at
so we're on line.
lines 48 to 52.
Mm-hmm. So wait, so yeah. Oh, I see. F was the third R. Okay, argument F equals 0, then. Wait, let me see. So you're doing M of 3. I mean, I really want to think through this, but actually, but it's also changing the second or the Y
Well,
value.
I'm always, yeah, so I'm still passing S as well, because I do want in this situation, like I always want to have some sort of
Oh,
shifting.
right.
Uh,
So, wait,
so,
I'm
but
not.
what F, I can give you a hint. So,
Okay.
or actually, you can tell me this part. What do you think F stands for? If you remember that we had the movement from left to right,
Finger.
and then finger, exactly. Good job. Yes.
Thank you.
So, this actually has to do with where the finger is. So
Right,
again,
exactly.
if
Okay,
we
okay,
look
makes
at it,
sense.
then we will see that when the finger is moving, the only
Ah,
difference
okay, I
is that
see.
it's lifting up and
Yeah.
down.
Mm-hmm. So
So
when finger is so when F is 0, then it's not lifted, and when F is 1, you like jump on up. Or
let's see. So F is 0, then uh, we have both column 4 and 5.
mm-hmm.
When it's not 0, then it's only column 4. So then it's, now I'm also getting confused. So now,
But then that's confusing, right? Because that would mean it's shorter, actually.
well, no, because the column has to do with how wide it is, if it's covering two columns or just one.
Right.
And yeah, so this one you just have to take it apart and maybe draw ahead,
But I think it
like
makes
frame
sense
by
because
frame.
if it has 4 and not 5, then it means that there's a gap in between the finger and the rest of the palm. So I
Oh
think
yeah, and that's
that it
when
means
they
that
don't
it's
listen.
lifted.
Maybe. uh,
That's what I think your
okay,
code means, but
great. Okay, but then what happens is in the bottom part, which is where we're adding these frames to the animation.
mm-hmm.
I'll just add a few new lines here so that the code is not covered. What I do is I want to randomly move both the finger and kind of the hand left to right.
Right.
So then I use this very convenient function, randint,
Mhm.
that's provided by the random library in Python.
Mhm.
So at the very top of my code, I was importing randint from
Mhm.
random. And because randint is a rather long name and I want to be efficient, I just renamed it to R.
Right.
So then I can call R, which is shorthand for randint, and this will return a random integer value between like the arguments that I pass to this function. So then when I call sidehand, the first argument was the color,
Mhm.
so that's
Yeah.
yellow.
So
So
it's
the color
yellow.
is
I
yellow.
see. Mhm.
Then the second argument was
Oh, I see. You're making the random number be between -1 and 0, or
exactly. So
mm,
that controls whether the hand is shifted
or
to the left by -1 or not shifted if
mhm.
it's 0.
Mhm.
And then also the finger is a
Whether
value
it's
between
lifted or
0 and
not.
1.
Ah, super
Exactly.
cool. Yeah, nice.
And then the very last part is the bubbles, which are also random
Mhm.
because they don't always appear in the same place. So if we
Very
just look
cool.
at the definition in line 54, we
Mhm.
see this R being called again.
Mhm.
So I won't go through this one in detail, but essentially the indices, the row and the column index are generated randomly by calling this function. So the bubbles just get a random row
Okay.
and column.
I have this uploaded to the Imagine channel, so I'm just going to show it like one more time
Awesome.
so
I
people
will
can
also
see. There
preview
you
it
go.
here.
Yes, please do, and then we can see it. Yeah, it's really cool. So last time we didn't get into it, I didn't realize that this last part was completely randomized. That's really, really fun because then the opportunities are endless. It's never going to be the same.
Yep.
Awesome. Cool. Okay, then before we finish off here today, I have just two more questions. A really quick
Okay.
one you have to answer is about what got you into technology. A quick one. You have one, no, you have 30 seconds to answer.
Um, okay, I was always interested in like I don't know, logical things, I think. I always get a satisfaction for solving a problem, and I think
Mm,
technology is a lot about solving problems, like puzzles. So if you like puzzles, then you will like technology.
nice. Thank you. Then, final question. Maybe if you get out of the preview here and you go to a
Oh.
homepage, can you pick maybe another project that recently caught your attention and you think everyone should check out in the app?
Oh, let's see. Can I vote for my own? Oh,
Of
just
course,
kidding.
of course. Yeah, show us your own. What did you create recently?
Actually, I made this coffee project. This was a couple days ago in the morning. I thought that was a nice day, nice way to start the day. But
I would
I
agree.
really like a lot of these projects that were made during IG Day last week.
Nice.
So let's see.
That's okay. We
Um,
don't have to get into the details of it. I think
okay,
whoever's
I will just go
watching,
with these blinking Pikachu's, or not sure. Is this like a dinosaur? Yeah,
I think it
I
looks
will
like
go
Pikachu.
with
Okay,
the blinking characters.
awesome. Okay, well, then last thing to mention is that the app is still in private beta, but people can get it through our website, just signing up for it. And in a few weeks, it will be in the App Store. And if you want to be, you even also Beatrice, among the ones who get to use it with an Imagi charm, then you can also head to our Instagram and participate in our giveaway challenge. All the rules are quite simple and really clearly defined on the Instagram post. I just don't recall them right now. But make sure to read the post and head to our Instagram. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Beatrice. And
Thank you for having me.
yes, see, not you, but see you everyone watching. Next week, we'll have another creator telling us about their project. Bye.
Bye.